Well, the weather outside is frightful, and the fire is so delightful. And since we no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Well, hello there. In today's episode, we are back at the lodge on the lake, and this is a Christmas special where we're taking you beyond the blueprint. So we're currently standing in the master suite here. You can see those nice windows looking out. We're in a bit of a winter storm right now, so it looks really magical with the snow falling. That tongue and groove ceiling is completed. Door to kind of a separate outdoor patio area here. And then let's focus on some of the bathroom suite areas. So here there's gonna be a separate room for the toilet. And then as we walk into the master closet, you take a look at this, there's just a ton of space here. We've kind of done a custom shelving solution, utilizing the same color as the rest of the millwork on the home, but then also using adjustable shelving that's white so it doesn't create dark, shadowy spaces for your clothing. And you can see here a ton of double hanging on this side. There is some long hanging sections here for like dresses, those types of things. And then a ton of shelving too for pants, those types of things. And then over here, you can see on the top piece, there's actually just a nice closed storage cabinet, but then on the bottom piece, this is that connection to the laundry room directly. So the laundry basket can just sit right there, and then rather walking through a bunch of door openings and common spaces to get to the laundry room, it's just a direct shot there. All this plumbing, the water, power, this is actually for the steam unit for the steam shower. So this is gonna set in this space here so that it's not in the main bathroom area. It's in a more private space where its look isn't as impactful. You can see we have a his and her vanity set up here. So we have a sink on this side with two drawer banks on either side. Same configuration over here behind this curdy board. And then you can see where the tub is gonna be placed. It's actually a drop-in unit that's gonna go here, and that tile is gonna actually have kind of a wainscot that connects back to the shower space here. We have that millwork where we have that two-part detail to kind of create a nice elevated look. And the reason those headpieces haven't been placed yet is because those are gonna be a custom three-part piece to really help elevate the look rather than just having the same millwork go on the top of that. And then if you look over here, you'll see that they're working on the shower space, and this is gonna be a full steam shower. So they're currently doing some of the waterproofing and setting some beginning tile. And that's really important in the steam shower because of the amount of moisture that's gonna be in that space. One is proper ventilation, and then two is just making sure that everything is waterproofed really well. Do you hear that? Is that Santa? Santa! Hey, you're not Santa.
No, but I come bearing gifts.
I don't see any presents.
No, like my presents. You know, I was watching the last couple shows and I saw the ratings were dropping a little bit, so I figured I'd come and help a brother out.
What do you even know about this place?
Well, I've walked through here a few times. I've seen it before. But you know what? I think we should probably, kind of tag team this thing.
You mean like
do it
together?
And you got to start with a great room with the view of the lake. I mean, beautiful fixed glass, Pentagon, fixed glass here, unobstructed view with a little bit of awning just for that natural airflow to come in from the lake, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And over here we have this great reclaimed beam on the fireplace. That is going to be carried through the rest of the beamwork into place. And they're actually using screws to help hold that until the mortar sets.
Because that's really all that's left is the mortar, right? And this fireplace is ready to go.
Absolutely, yeah, that mortar is really going to create that nice finishing detail here. You know, you're stepping over Santa's cookies. Did you eat them? Like, where are they at?
I did not. I was actually wondering what that was about. No, I would never take that from the big man.
Well, I guess I'm glad.
I mean, so let me get this straight. This whole space is the kitchen because we got cabinets here, here, and here. I mean, they're covered on cabinets, aren't they?
They are, yeah. This entire area is the kitchen. A large island space here, venting out for the range hood, some windows, natural light. You really get a feel for that 8-foot door. Go stand next to that, because you're what, 6 feet?
6'2".
Yeah, that, a normal door would only come up to right here, but that just adds that
and this is going to be a full glass door with glass side lights.
Correct.
Glass entry door.
And here you can see this is actually going to be the entry locker. So these are floating shelves, so we're going to have a nice reclaimed bench material. But then if you set your boots here, guess what? You're not getting on the wood. And there's a floor drain right in the center for all that water to run off of, because in Minnesota, we live in the snow.
And do you think they have venting covered? I mean, that must be, what, a 10, 12-inch hole?
I think so.
Big gas range, you got to make sure to get that out so the whole house doesn't smell like bacon, right?
Absolutely, but we all know there's some mess in the kitchen, so we've kind of created this space back in here to really help hide some of that mess. We have the soffit that's been covered up here.
Oh, for the venting, yeah.
A lot of shelving in the pantry here. Some nice countertop here to kind of act as either additional prep and office space. And then over here, that refrigerator space.
Well, I think let's go check out the game room.
Yeah, let's take a look at the game room.
In the game room, you can see they're incorporating that rustic beam look from the mantle, the beams they're going to have in the great room, because it kind of takes both structurally and aesthetically, as this area was the old covered porch of the cabin, so they needed it structurally and they wanted to incorporate it into the design. Additionally, the continuation of the natural glass with two 12-foot doors just really helps to capture that outdoor living in Minnesota.
Absolutely. Where I'm standing here, there's going to be an awesome billiards table, so that's just going to really help create a nice, fun.
You got to have it in the game room.
Absolutely. And if you look up here, you're going to notice the ceiling's painted black. And the reason we've done that is because we're using a reclaimed redwood product in this. And although it's not subject to shrink, it's just a nice little hack. If you paint that black, then you hang it. If you ever have any expansion and contraction, you're never going to notice it, where if you had an unfinished wood or something of a different color, you're going to say, hey, I can kind of see something going on.
It'd be a lot more obvious.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
go check out the sun porch. And one of the things I love about this 3-season porch is, like you mentioned in the game room, it still kind of pays homage to the existing cabin but it kind of preserves it and encapsulates it.
Absolutely, and there you can actually see that stone has been here for probably 10 plus years, and we're tying that into the stone of the fireplace, and it has a very similar look.
And I just absolutely love these windows, because even though this is a 3-season, you're probably not going to want to be out here in January, even though there is heat sources prepped. They're fantastic for keeping the bugs out, getting great views of the lake, but also allowing you to just get that natural airflow. I mean, if all these windows were open, that'd be breeze.
That'd be breeze. Now instead of a 3-season room, it's a breezeway, right?
It's a breezeway.
I love it.
You could almost say easy breezy.
Easy breezy, right? Let's take a look inside the existing cabin and see some of the features we've done to upgrade the HVAC.
Because the goal is to preserve the essence of the cabin, but kind of incorporate it into the greater master plan.
Exactly. So what we've done here, this is actually the old existing log cabin, and we kind of have some of the products set out. So you can see here, the island piece in the kitchen is gonna be this really cool, rustic, pickled oak look. And then the perimeter cabinetry is gonna be this black charcoal type color. And then the built-ins by the fireplace and the entryway are gonna be a nice black color. The tongue and groove ceiling inside that space, we actually did an 8-inch versus a 6-inch, so that way it doesn't make the space feel so large. It actually helps ground it, which we want with that larger ceiling. And then you can see here, we have a really beautiful countertop granite in the kitchen that actually has some blue tones in there. So that's gonna be really unique. And then even pulling in the client's furniture pieces to make sure everything's very cohesive with the space. The vinyl plank that we'll take a look at upstairs. And then if you talk about this mini split, Stefan, why do we add this in the cabin?
Well, because the original cabin was built with only hydronic floor heat, so there really was no cooling source. Obviously, being a slab-on grade home, well insulated with the log and the spray foam, it wasn't really needed, but just to help kind of modernize some of the features with cooling, as well as an additional heat source if they want to run the mini split, they're doing 2 zones, I believe, or is it 1 zone?
They actually have 2 heads that can be controlled separately. So there's one up here, and then we'll take a look at one upstairs. And like you said, it's really only a 3-week period in the summer where it gets really hot.
Yeah,
but for those times, you want to be comfortable in a space like this.
One of the most fun and challenging things about an addition remodel tying into an existing cabin built like this is trying to make the most use of space so you don't sacrifice. So up in this bedroom here, we actually added a dormer over here. The pine will naturally age with time, but I think they did a great job kind of aging in place.
Absolutely, and this dormer here was actually an existing dormer, so it's really cool to see as I stand here and look towards you, these 2 dormers match up just perfectly, so you would never know that this wall used to come down at the same slant. It just is very a natural fit for it. And then we've added that second mini head split up here so that it can be cooled and heated with the rest of the home.
Well, and then this is kind of just that additional fun bonus space that the owners wanted. So they weren't really entirely sure what to do with it, but they kind of landed on making this a kind of bonus nook space. It could be used for storage, but they wanted to keep the theme of kind of the natural pine of the existing cabin to kind of, again, tie into the essence of it. And there's even a kind of a fun little custom bookshelf that ties into the vault of the great room we were just in.
Yeah, absolutely. We kind of joked this is either going to be a nice bedroom spot or a really nice closet for this master bedroom.
Yeah, really nice closet.
So we're currently standing in kind of a sub-utility room. You can see we finished that with plywood that's painted. That way we can hang things in here as needed. And this is kind of the brains of the smart home, so to say. So we have all of our data lines run back to this. We kind of show some of our home audio controllers here, a switch. There's gonna be another switch, as well as a couple patch panels in here. So this is really where everything is centrally located. The data is gonna come because of the remote location. We're using the Starlink in this case. And then some of the floor heat componentry actually comes comes up here and then transfers to that utility room. What are you standing in front of there?
Well, I'm sitting in front of the panel here, and as you can see, they have plenty of space. There's lots of electric, and I mean, there must be miles and miles of wire run through this house. I mean, the speaker alone, you guys had how much cable when we ran the speakers?
Yeah, a lot.
a lot. You didn't quantify it, huh?
I did not quantify it. I'm more of a results-driven guy. So you can see here, they've actually done the finished floor here. So the other portion of the home wasn't ground yet, but this is actually ground here.
And they have great entry. I mean, because this is more of the non-formal entry, but they have tons of great storage for coats. You know, they even have this nice space over here with the built-in cabinet in the storage closet.
Yes, and as we transition into here, you're gonna see this is that laundry space. So where I'm standing is actually right on the other side of where the master suite laundry basket will set, and this will actually have a nice space frame and look all finished as well.
Well, what's nice about this too is, you know, they're building this home to entertain. That's the goal of this entire space, is to create a fun area. And with that comes laundry though. So they got a dual washer dryer, stackable, with actually the gas feature as well for the dryers.
Yeah, so you can see the gas comes in there. It's a little bit more efficient than electric for drying.
But they also did a little bit of prep, so in case if they ever want to swap away from gas,
one of them can be electric.
One of them can be the 220.
I like how they labeled them, dryer 1, dryer 2, that's nice.
There you go.
We're now standing in the space above the garage, and I just got to talk about one of my favorite details on this home. And for me, it's really the little things. So what we've done is we've returned the corners on the millwork here, so it just creates a really clean look. So instead of finishing the end and just touching it up with stain, it's a 45-degree cut there that actually is finished nicely. And then that returns into the normal casing. And then in the centerpiece, because this is a mold set of windows, you know, what you might see sometimes is people do 2 smaller pieces and a small strip of drywall in between. But we actually got custom size mold strips here so that it returns nicely into the top and bottom, the head casing piece and the lower casing, to really create a clean look. And then that black extension jamb, I think, really just frames your view looking out, and it really brings in the warm tones, but also some of those modern tones.
Yeah. And one of my favorite pieces about this area is the amount of storage and kitchen space for guests. Because up here, you have a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house on a garage essentially up here, but you got to have space to, you know, store food, cooktop. I mean, is this a little convection microwave?
It is, yes. There's a cooktop here, actually a little vent hood, because venting is important even on a small cooktop like this.
And then you got your sink here. So I mean, you literally have a full kitchenette. I mean, borderline kitchenette up here. And then this will be where the sectional will be. Great TV common space. We have 2 bathrooms. We're working away up here trying to get this one ready for Christmas. That might be the Christmas present. And in this area, you can see you have beautiful tile showers, fiberglass floor pans. This is kind of a 3/4 bath, so that way, you know, because up to, you know, 10, 12 people could sleep up here. You want to make sure you have functional space, which I think is really capitalized in that bathroom over there.
Yeah, absolutely. This one, we have that double vanity, a window between, and then we have a dedicated room on this side with a shower, a tub in this space actually. I'll turn on the light here so you can see that. So we've done the nice corner shelves in here, and then actually a deep soaking tub. So you can see a lot of times these kind of tubs aren't actually that enjoyable to take a bath in. But in this case, it's a little bit of a higher step to get in, but it's definitely worth it because we also have the shower over there that if you don't want to lift your leg as high, you can, and also have a nice bath in here. And then a separate toilet room as well. That way it just kind of helps create these segmented spaces. Like you said, with 4 bedrooms, there could be a potential for a lot of people up in this space.
This is just a beautiful winter wonderland, isn't it?
It really is. The snow is falling.
By the way, I gotta ask, I don't know if I saw someone, I swear I saw someone like a green jacket, or like, is there like this dude hanging around a job?
I'm lost in the woods without you. As the snow falls, the memories fall behind too. Oh, how I wish I could have caught you. But I must remain true.
Saw someone like a green jacket, or like, is there like this dude hanging around a job site? Wait, that's him right there. Who is that? Oh, that's Boris.
Leave me alone!
Boris, come back here, Boris.
Ah, leave me alone, please!
Boris, get up here.
Ah, last time I wanted a meeting for an interview. It's been 2 weeks again.
2 weeks?
You said we hired him.
Well, he does. He works, but he wants to be a designer.
Oh, a designer. What are your specialties, Boris?
You don't need to know. I deal with him only. I don't know who you are.
This is my brother, my partner.
Oh, hi.
I'm Stefan.
Boris is my name. Arms of Steel.
Is your game?
Yeah, well, I did that line before, but
Okay.
yeah, he knows.
Okay.
So we hired Boris. He started framing. He did some drywall work.
Wow, you're a jack of all trades.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But he said he wants to see his vision come to life. He wants to draw.
I just don't want. I can inspire and I can design, plus construct. Anthony knows that.
Okay.
So he's gonna meet with Colin after. It's busy between New Year's and Christmas.
2 weeks again. That's 4 weeks.
That's only a month, Boris.
Boris, the standard interview process is 2 to 3 months.
Oh, he don't communicate to me.
No, we're used to it. Ask his wife.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'll wait in the woods then a little bit more.
Okay. Well,
All right, we'll see you later, Boris.
Yeah, okay.
all right, Boris. Actually, Boris,
Yeah.
can you help us end this episode right?
Oh, yeah, boss, for sure.
Remember what we always say.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us on today's episode, where we took you
Beyond the blueprint.